Attention, Mega64 viewers, fans, and friends. Come see us in the Mega64 farewell tour. We've completed the East Coast leg of the tour, but West Coasters, we're coming to you. San Francisco, Sacramento, Portland, Seattle, Vancouver. That's right, Canada, we're coming your way. Salt Lake City, Denver, Phoenix, and our sweet SoCal destination, Los Angeles. Get tickets now, mega64.com/tour. Come say farewell to Mega64.
That was beautiful.
That was a perfect
you did
way.
Really good.
Thank you.
Good with that.
Perfect way to summarize it.
And then I've got a separate set of dates to announce because I'm my stand-up dates. Because I am not exactly a politically correct comedian. So I'm playing at free speech venues, anti-woke venues. And we're gonna get nasty.
This is real. Yesterday I went to a Walmart and there's a huge clearance section and it was full of inner tubes with Bud Light logos all over it. It's like, oh my god.
Where was that?
It was a Walmart.
Oh,
Go figure.
Go fucking figure. I bought them all because I need to float in the water. So I don't care what the fuck's on there.
And you support the red, white, and blue.
I support Bud Light. I call it Blood Light when I can't speak.
Blood Light is such a good gag in Dracula Dead and Loving It.
They do that.
Is that in there? I don't know. You know what? I've never seen. I couldn't make it through the whole thing.
Oh, Leslie Nielsen definitely drinks a can of Blood Light.
He does?
I'm sure of it.
Gotta.
I'm absolutely sure of it.
We need to put it out there. Let's bet on this.
Okay.
$100 I'll put down. There is definitely a Blood Light in Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Feel like losing money.
No, he'll put it up.
But they definitely have Bloodweiser.
There's Blood Light or Bloodweiser. I feel like that should count as the same thing.
Count.
Johnny, you have any insight on this?
Bloodlizer sounds like a Resident Evil item. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
There's got to be Blood Light.
You need to find the Bloodlizer to save Rebecca Chambers.
I think no. Hold on. Unlock the memory.
What?
I think Beetleborgs, Count Fangula in the Hillhurst mansion.
Yeah.
I think opens up Blood Light at one point.
Yeah.
So that's in Beetleborgs.
He's watching his calories.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Count Fangula.
I'm glad I misspoke so we could have that little bit. Sometimes it's a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Nice. Sean, you were here to pepper in happy little accidents for us.
There's no mistakes when you have art, and this is my art.
I miss our art. I miss podcasting.
It's been so long.
It's been a month of us with our heads up our asses. Where have we been?
I have been trying to figure out when was the last time that we were all in the studio together, because we've just been on the road. We've been in a van together or a convention booth together or whatever, but like to be in the studio itself.
We've never had a summer hit us this hard, right, Rocco? That I can imagine. Like,
theme song.
Oh.
No, I can't think of a summer that was that crazy.
It was never before.
I don't think I've ever worked as hard as I have in my life than the month of July. July was, and late June too, because it was us getting ready for this July.
Oh, the prep.
And I feel like we haven't been here talking to a lot of you because we've been doing.
Yeah, it's funny. It's our busiest time ever, and there's like the least output. Videos.
And you're like, what the fuck, guys? And it's like, I can't work harder. I swear to God.
It makes me feel bad. I miss all of you guys at home watching our show and stuff like that. And that's why I was so eager. I streamed the first time I'd streamed in a million years. It felt like on this last Thursday.
Oh yeah,
I did my Future Probe stream. We did another tier ranking stream, which people I seem to always hear from people that they really like those.
They like that.
So I wanted to do something fun that everyone could get back into and get angry in the chat. Everyone missed getting angry.
Nice.
That's good.
When we listed salt and vinegar chips as the S tier chip.
Right. Although Emma would agree with you, but yeah, right.
Sean, I'm up there with Rocco.
I know you are. You know what? Jalapeno, infinitely better than salt and vinegar. Infinitely.
The door's closed, right? I was going to call Kevin in here because if he heard that, he would have.
Yo, Kevin
He
doesn't
would have
like
knocked
spicy
the cameras
things.
down.
Salt and
To
vinegar.
each their own. See, already we're fighting.
This is how the tour was, guys.
I loved it. Can I
how it
say my favorite bit of being in the van on tour? Anytime people started to disagree about anything, like was this record made in 84 or was it 85? No, I think it was 82. Within 30 seconds of any disagreement, Sean would stop fighting. Just yell
Wasn't
up into the
just me.
front
That
of
was
the.
what we all started
I think
doing,
you
yeah.
started it
I
off.
did that
Dave.
too.
Yeah.
I think Sean invented it. Maybe.
I don't know.
Uh,
I can't take credit for
Yeah,
it.
think when
all,
we're-
all I would hear is Sean going, yeah, I'd like to, maybe we go to White Castle. I don't know if I want to go to White Castle. And I'd go, guys, stop!
Yeah, that became the great
Don't!
overall van humor.
That was.
Yeah.
Any slight conversation.
Not even- it wasn't even an
Truthfully,
argument.
Wasn't even an
Truthfully,
argument.
we probably had the least amount of fighting of any tour in the United States.
Less than the first. Well, yeah.
Less than the first. I did commit the good gravy incident of 2020 or whatever.
That's true.
Or was that 2020 or
That was
2021?
2020.
I was
2020.
I'm acknowledging I was being fucking annoying.
Yeah.
We all, have our flaws. We work on it.
Sometimes the moment you're being annoying, like you can just tell, like, oh,
I definitely knew. There's
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I knew I was, but I hadn't thought about the consequences
right,
of that.
of your actions.
I was like, isn't it funny how I'm doing this and I keep doing this? Oh, you have to be in a van with me another week. I don't think about that side of it.
Sure.
So
Sure.
that's what it boils down to.
When does that occur to you? Because for me, it's when it gets. I know I'm being annoying when it gets no laughs,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big one for me.
and then
Not
I
even
go,
like-
"Mm,
Not
well,
even the courtesy laugh.
not
you
even
know?
the courtesy laugh, which
And-
you guys are great at giving, but it's very obvious.
Yeah, well, I think we know each other so well that I'm
Yeah.
so painfully aware of, oh, that's not a real laugh. But he's just being nice to me. That's not real.
Yeah.
But when you don't even get those, it's like, oh, I should just shut the fuck up.
But also too, you have to say, like, we have been around each other enough and known each other a long enough time. I can think something that Sean says is really funny without giving the laughter.
Sure.
Like, it doesn't mean if you say something funny and I don't laugh, that actually doesn't necessarily mean like, wow, that wasn't funny. I just we're psychically melded enough
Mm-hmm.
that I can think that you're really funny, but also like,
Not to waste the effort. You don't need that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you text your girlfriend LMAO. Are you really LMAOing? But mentally, you're acknowledging it was funny,
Yeah.
but you don't need to necessarily go, ha, 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 ha. I don't know. Maybe this isn't a great
No,
advice.
I mean,
But
I'll
I
even
just feel
accept a good psh.
yeah, like, God, Garrett, shut up. Even
Any
that,
kind of
I'll take.
reaction.
Yeah,
Any
yeah,
kind of
sure.
reaction.
That's good. That's a good
Sure.
one.
Yeah.
Anyway. But
Anyways,
yeah, we did a lot of stuff over the last couple months.
I
or
was
month.
honestly trying to figure out. I think because so we did Anime Expo.
Yeah.
I was there for one day. You guys did the whole.
I did the
thing.
full,
You
and
did
that
the-
was like
the
with
full rodeo.
setup and teardown. Were we there for fucking 7 days?
Yeah, it was like almost a week.
I think it was a full 7 days for me.
Yeah. Then the day we got home,
Yeah,
you guys got home from Anime Expo. We left
on tour.
on tour. Then we landed on Monday night, on a Monday night after the whole entire tour. And on Tuesday, Kevin and Rocco and I were setting up our Comic-Con booth. And
Yeah.
Wednesday, we were working Comic-Con. And we didn't stop
until
Sunday
night.
Sunday night. And then on Monday morning, for me, I drove to Yosemite.
Oh my God, I forgot.
But that was vacation. I was fine. But I was trying to figure out, like, I think I slept, and I think this is accurate. I think I slept in 16 different beds in July, which is a crazy thing to do. That's a lot. It was just a crazy fucking month. It was
There's
crazy.
something wild about a different hotel room every night that starts to disorient you after like a week in.
Yeah, did you feel that, Rocco? Did you feel like, because I definitely, and Garrett and I shared a room, and I understand people saying the wrong city name.
I woke up a couple
Yeah.
mornings and was like, what is this fucking layout? Because I was thinking of the hotel room from like maybe even like 2 days back.
Yeah.
So I'd be stumbling around to piss at night and I'm like, where the fuck am I? Like,
There
holy
were
shit,
times
this is real.
Legitimately, I would go to bed and wake up and I would have, you did it too. Siri, where am I? And it would tell you, I didn't know what state I was in.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
no, that did happen to me. The hotel thing doesn't matter to me. I can literally fall asleep anywhere, so I'm used to
Sure.
that. And so it's funny because truth be told, as crazy as our schedule was, I slept more the last month than ever because the second we're in a tour van, I'm out cold. Not just like I'm gonna kind of put my head here. I'm in deep REM sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as they're in a moving vehicle. So I didn't mind that, but traveling so much, I was losing track of what state we were in. We would get food, and there was one night I think we did a bit in our live show where we call out "What's up?" and I had to divert to something else because I was like, I forgot what city we were in for a second. No offense.
But it was a different
Milwaukee,
place
but
every night.
No, but it was. I don't remember which one it was, but I had a couple of those moments where it was like, oh damn, we moved too fast, and
You know what was awesome, and we have so much to talk about on the tour alone, let alone all these other conventions we did. But so our tour manager Jay came back, which thank God, love Jay.
Love
yeah,
it.
But he did this because every venue you perform in, there's a writer. What do you? And we're so fucking easy.
So easy.
Venues
Yeah.
must love us. Like couple coffees,
Water.
water. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Red Bull.
Like
That's
we're not
right.
asking for crazy shit
He does ask for a sugar-free Red Bull at every venue
for you.
For me, and I was like, I don't know if I need one of these every time because I was kind of stockpiling them to a point. And he was like, no, that's my little thing to see if they're listening.
Yeah,
That's
and,
that's
if
his
that's
green
sitting there, I
M&Ms.
know they read it.
and that's, I mean, that again, that's so easy.
Yeah.
But he started doing this new thing of, hey, give us whatever local thing you like, and it was great.
Yeah, what local thing rules? Give us that.
But then the people who were in charge of that, I guess it would be like talent relations. I don't know what they even fucking call that job.
It's a PA. It's the sound guy at some of these venues.
Sometimes, but they would be like, oh hell yeah, all right, well we'll get you. We had what the fuck was it in Pittsburgh?
Pothole fillers. That was my favorite
pothole
thing.
fillers. But what I would have never thought to get that. It was the chopped ham, or what was that called?
Clipped ham, blipped
Chipped.
ham, chipped ham.
Chipped ham.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I
Chipped.
think it was that. But again,
Scraped ham.
what the fuck is that? But it was good. So they got really excited. And
That with what? Yeah, what did we eat it with? What was there was like not a cracker? Was it a cracker?
No. It was like a sandwich bread. It was bread that you ripped up and then you put like a pickle on it. I don't know.
Yeah. It was bread you tore pieces of and then.
I'm telling you,
clip
but
the ham
but
onto it.
all
It's the
these
way
things
we
that I
do
would
it.
have never known about.
Yeah.
But the people are like, oh hell yeah, you want what we got here? All right. Like if I was doing that, I'd be like, oh, you're gonna get fucking carne asada tacos, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like I'd be happy to do it. I'd be excited.
My favorite was I think it was Milwaukee. I think it was.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Milwaukee. They gave us this type of sausage, really good sausage with that spicy sweet mustard shit
Yeah.
to dip it in.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
And they
then
gave
the
us some
cheese.
Get that.
and some cheeses.
Blocks of cheese
like
because we were in
yeah.
Wisconsin.
I think we got cheese curds
Cheese
and all
curds,
that
yeah.
stuff. And it was like, yeah, you know what? Dip that in that mustard too. I was in bliss. If you notice, I was extra happy during that show. I know a lot of people came up to me after the show. You look a little like you're glowing. It's because of that sausage and that mustard.
Because of the platter.
That was so awesome. So yeah, all the cities came out to play,
They did.
and they did it well.
Yeah. So
But
that
then
was
there's
fun.
there's certain venues that it's just like, no, there's 4 waters on the stage for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes there's like,
that is true.
they don't read the rider. They don't get
I think
anything.
in general the venues were higher caliber this time.
They were bigger.
We had some great ones on our last Laugh tour a couple
Yeah.
years ago, but then you get to one where it's like, whoa, what happened here? We were still working out the kinks. This one, I feel like everybody was very all the venues were like,
I love
awesome for a different reason.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we went to a place called Auto Bar in Baltimore.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that
yeah.
was such, like, first off, I love it when you have the posters of bands who played there before.
Mhm.
Like the White Stripes played there
Yeah.
back in 2001.
Yeah,
That's so
that was so
fucking
dope.
cool
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
To me, you know.
You shared a stage with.
I did, you know,
Meg
and
White.
so like I'm but like it was a weird little setup. It was like a weird place.
Yeah.
But I loved it. It was like stickers everywhere. We put a couple of our stickers on the wall.
I love that
The
place.
next night we are in Philadelphia, sorry. And we are at this super fucking fancy winery.
It's like where your
Yeah.
parents go on date
Where your
night.
parents are going to date night, exactly. And
It
it's
was
like,
Well, that was
Wild.
Philly, right? That was Philly.
Yeah,
the winery was
Philadelphia,
Philly.
yeah.
Yeah.
so it was like, it was such a contrast every single night.
Yeah.
You never knew what you were going to get, but it was always something awesome.
But it was cool in whatever direction it went in. It was cool.
Yeah.
Whether it was a ratty punk venue, but had a ton of history, or a place your mom and dad would have a fancy dinner date.
Yeah, dude, I
with
think
with Mega 64 bottles of wine.
they were selling. Dude, we went to the one in Pittsburgh. There was a heavy metal show going on in the basement
Downstairs.
That Garrett and I between like VIP and like sound check,
Fuck
we
yeah.
went down there and watched like a couple songs.
Shouts out to Lady Beast.
Yeah, Lady Beast was rad.
They were fucking
It
awesome.
was super sick. And then we went back up and ate some of those spicy pretzels and went on stage. It was like
Yeah.
such a crazy. It was rad.
And at first, during soundcheck, I'm like, yo, this metal band's warming up. Like, is the sound going to bleed through? And also, our sound going to bleed through? But it didn't. Like,
It was
they
pretty good.
had their shit together. That club
I
was
could kind of
awesome.
feel the vibrations on the stage.
You could feel the floor,
moving,
shaking, but
it was fine.
that was cool. I dug that.
Yeah.
Every venue, every city we visited, I enjoyed.
I will say though, that I was cracking up at the amount of people that had come in from. Sorry, I don't know if we ever confirmed this, but let it be known we did not return to Indianapolis.
We did not.
There, maybe some people remember the venue that we played there.
I'll never forget.
And it was so funny because we never even said like anything. We just had different tour dates this time, different places. And the amount of people who came to this tour and talked to us that were like, yeah, I drove in from Indianapolis. I figured you're probably never coming there again. So here I am. I was like, what? Yeah, we remember that venue. We scared you off. Yeah, we did. And it's so funny because I'm seeing that in the chat here now. People are like, yeah, damn. It's a shame there. Yeah, we know what happened in Indianapolis.
I thought the bouncer smoking a blunt but taking everyone else's vape pens away was just very welcoming.
That guy loved me.
He did.
He
loved
really
me
did.
too.
At the end, he gave me a hug.
He gave me like a gram, and I didn't know what to do with it.
He did?
No.
Oh. I was like, whoa.
I have had that happen though.
That's right.
Sound guys will universally love giving someone with dreadlocks drugs when they come to their city.
Fuck yeah. That's on your right.
I had to turn that. Yeah. That's the secret rider.
Another thing people are talking about in the chat that I don't know much about though is that I guess people were saying they saw a rat at the Chicago show.
Oh.
I was hearing
on stage.
people occasionally
On
were
stage?
like, did you see the rat? Did you see the rat? I'm like, no, I never.
On stage, there's a rat?
I guess at one point someone saw something like that.
In the one in Chicago?
That's
that
what I
true?
heard after that show. Was
Now-
it Chicago?
I don't know. Where was Lincoln Hall?
Yeah, that's Chicago.
The name, is that Chicago?
Yeah.
I will say that, again, everything is different. And Lincoln Hall was very, very nice. And there were same band posters, but it was like, oh, these are like bigger bands. Like this is like huge stuff. Like
They had some
has played
awesome,
here. That's cool. But I will say that that particular venue was not in use for a week. They were closed down for a week until and we were the first show back.
Yeah.
Oh, the flies.
So our green room was full of flies,
Horse
and they weren't,
flies.
and they were fucking massive. And it
Yeah.
was before Rocco went in there. I was like, yo, we can't be in here. Like there's like 50.
It was
flies.
like The Exorcist, bro. It was seriously like, get out. Like 20 flies in a 10 by 10 room.
Yeah.
Like buzzing around
And
the windows.
I don't
It
even
was
blame
like,
the
oh,
venue.
fuck.
I don't think they even knew about it. I think it was just like they opened up shop, come on in, and it's like, oh no. So me and Jay got these big magnets and started smacking the shit out of these flies, trying to get them all. And we got so
15
many.
probably?
No, I said we got more, like
Yeah.
30. And I don't like killing things, but like there's no other window for this to get out, and we can't do the show without a green room. So we gotta, I guess, handle
No
this.
fault to the venue. I guess that's what happens when you're not home for a week.
I don't know. But yeah, but then if that's a rat situation too, maybe it's because they're closed down for a week until we came in.
If the rat would have come upstairs eating the flies,
That would have been so nice.
Then we could get a cat in there to eat the rat.
It would be the circle of life.
But that stage was great.
It was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The venue was ultimately though awesome. Like the show was great, stage was awesome.
And I can't.
Had a great show.
It's so funny though because it really is like you are in such a different environment, as I was saying, every single night. Whereas like the green room for the one in Pittsburgh was the size of, I mean, our podcast set probably is too big. It was
yeah.
And so we have like different costumes and props, and I'm just like, I don't even know.
There's nowhere to sit.
How do we get dressed during the? What do we
Yeah.
do? And then you have other
It's a challenge
situations
every
where
time.
it's like I have like a cathedral-sized green room here. We have more room than I can ever need.
Or like Auto Bar, it's like there's 5 green rooms to choose from.
Yeah, which one do you want?
Yeah, you want to go upstairs? There's like nice bathrooms and mirrors with a vanity. Oh, down there's a kitchen on that level.
Yeah,
Oh,
or
one
you
more.
can
There's
get
like a living
changed,
room.
like at like behind the stage if you want.
Yeah,
Like it was
yeah.
it was just 1,000
Lots
different
of
options.
space.
Yeah, totally.
I
So-
didn't spend
Yeah.
a lot of time in the green rooms because when we get to a new venue, it's my job to just get the equipment on stage and set up for video check and sound check.
Yeah,
And that takes quite a while.
yeah.
So
You were
you're-
working.
Yeah, and so are you with costumes
Yeah,
and
but I'm in the green
props.
room doing that.
But you're in the green room doing that.
Right.
So I didn't get a lot of time in the green rooms, but they were a lot nicer, I will say, this leg of the tour.
Yeah.
I think just because we're working at bigger venues than we did for the last laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot nicer.
And Garrett's kind of tasked with that. And with me, I'm kind of in my own headspace because I'm trying to beat Tears of the Kingdom.
And you got the
And
sausage
I've got
there.
I've got sausage on one side and my Tears of the Kingdom Joy-Cons on the other.
Yeah.
And I did beat the game on tour. So
I'm
I just want
surprised.
to say thank you
Yeah.
for everyone for your support.
I'm still in the Lightning Temple. I'm not even.
I just would
close.
not. I'm amazed that you can focus in on a handheld. A game like that, I have to be at home with my big screen, especially to beat it.
Free your mind.
For the
You have right. You're working on a system of rules that you have set up for yourself.
But on a handheld, I've got the distraction, the van noise. You know, Sean's talking to me. Kevin's like, nudging me in the side. But at
Goddamn,
home,
Kevin.
it's like everyone's asleep. Big screen's on. 7.1 surround sound. Ganondorf's going down, baby.
Yeah.
Then I never get there though because,
I brought my Switch and I thought like, well, I'm gonna have a lot of time.
Yeah, me
But
too.
then I pulled it out on the road in the van.
yeah.
You get
And I got car sick in 30 seconds. I was like, that's it for me.
Yeah, I don't typically do it in the van. Well, again, like I just fall asleep, and if it's a moving vehicle, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
I will
So-
say, I sit next to Rocco in the van, and I don't know how we determined we have like assigned seats in the van, but
Yeah.
they're not. Like, we just sat there the first time we ever did a tour. Same kind of van we had all the other tours.
You want to switch it up?
No, I like my seat,
What about Johnny and Derek having way more room in the very back?
but the seats aren't as comfortable. There's a
Yeah, I'll
give and
switch
take.
all day. I'm
That's
down.
true.
We have
Wait,
like the
wait,
pilot seat. They have, like,
Johnny?
little seats.
Yes.
I'm hearing now from Johnny he does not like his assigned seat.
I thought it was way better until this tour. I sat in one of y'all's seats and I was like, oh, I fucked up. It's been like
Nah, you're good.
2 years of.
You do have more room.
Yeah, you have more room, dude.
You got
but-
more room. Now
It's
here's
spread
And
out.
honestly, to be real, and this is such a stupid complaint,
yeah.
but I am right behind Jay, which I love because Jay's always like asked me directions or whatever. I'm always like his co-pilot kind of
should
in the
sit
back.
up front with him.
I should. I have before.
Yeah.
But the TV screen is right here. So I'm like trying
It's like
to
front
it's
row.
front row to movie
It's like
theater.
front row Oppenheimer, guys.
It is.
Like-
It's front row Oppenheimer, and I sometimes I have to just like I can't watch right now. I gotta look out the window because it's too much on my neck.
So me and Kev have the good seats.
You have the best seats. 100%.
middle row.
You and Kevin have the best
Wow.
seats. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Although I don't know if anyone knows this, but I do have power outlets next to my seat. So I have
And a
that.
working cup holder.
Yeah, I have that. Yeah.
we did have cup. That's true. I think we had the only cup holders.
You
We
did.
did. Yeah.
Now,
and I did use them.
what I have always kind of dreamt about is, there's enough seats for everyone to be in a bucket seat and leave the entire back row bench open. And that would be used for whoever wants to take turns having a nap. Has anyone ever considered?
Well, there's not enough seats.
Yeah, there are.
How?
You got Jay and you up front. Then you
Okay.
got Rocco and
Oh,
Kevin.
yeah, someone up front.
Then you got Johnny
Yeah.
and Derek. And then I'm sleeping in the back.
Oh, one person sleeping in the back.
Yes.
I see.
And then when I'm done with my nap, Derek, you want up? All right, I sit in Derek's seat, and then he's in the back.
Again, though, this concept that you have to lay down to sleep, free your mind. These are rules of your own
Yeah.
establishment.
You're another type of
I will
human.
say.
Yeah.
So how it goes in the van, in case you're dying to know.
This is what they want to know. This is
Okay.
This is where we spend the most of our time.
Jay is driving.
Driving through Michael Jackson's
Behind
hometown.
Jay is me. Then next to me is Rocco. Okay. Then on the same driver's side, it's Kevin.
Yeah.
Then Derek. And then it'll go Rocco, you, Johnny.
Yeah.
That's how. And I don't
You're
know.
going front to
Again,
back.
I don't know how this works. But I do know I sit next to Rocco, and there are times we're not out of the hotel parking lot, and he's asleep. And
We'll
I'm
talk
just-
to him, and he doesn't answer, and
I
you realize, oh.
am nothing but respect out of that. It's like, damn, that's impressive.
Jealous.
I wish I could do that.
Same.
It's like a superpower. And I know sometimes you probably don't want to fall asleep, and you do, and that must be annoying. But like,
I sleep precisely when I mean to.
but I will say that it's
You're like
just
Albert
like,
Einstein.
yeah,
Just taking cat naps.
it's just
No, there actually were a lot of things I wanted to do. Like, we have a 5-hour drive. Well, there's so many emails I need to send out, and I got to send a message to this guy. There's a lot of that, and it would not.
Yeah.
When we're driving and it's just nice, relaxing drive, I'm just like, can't do it. So yeah, it is a little bit.
I'll also say that we probably watched less
Way less.
movies, way less movies than we did, and
There weren't long drives like there were on the first
and
leg.
I think that there will be in
Yeah,
November.
in
Might
November.
have a little longer
That's
for
going to
that.
be a lot more.
The East Coast
Yeah.
is so close together, so it would always be like, it's 2-3 hours.
And we would do things too where it's like Boston. We were in New York, which we can go into that in a second. We went to New York, then we went to Boston to do the show.
Yeah.
Then we drove another like hour and a half
Through
out
Connecticut.
and we stayed in Connecticut that night.
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
we were in Boston for like 3 hours and then we were gone,
It's fun too because like we'll listen to local radio and make fun of it, or Jay will just put on like playlists of bands from Detroit.
Sean, Google what bands are from Detroit.
Yeah,
and
when
I'll
we're
look
in
it up and then-
Milwaukee, we'll just listen to a bunch of bands. Like, oh shit, I didn't know they were from Milwaukee.
And he puts it on.
Yeah.
And I like that. I do. Yeah, we watched a handful of movies. We watched one that I bought as a joke. And I don't know if we should get into it now.
I think we should, because I think we talked about the DVD before, because people like already came up to us like, hey, have you watched it yet?
Oh, maybe.
I think we had mentioned the name.
I found a movie at a thrift store. It's not a movie. It literally is home video, and it said Minnesota Memories. And I was like, well, we're going to Minnesota. We got to watch Minnesota
What could
Memories.
this be?
What could it be? It was fucking riveting. And I don't know
Yeah.
why it was riveting.
More than anything else, it was my favorite thing we watched.
100%.
Maybe I liked the movie Body Slam. We'll get into that, but
That movie sucked. It was, and like honestly, like it left on a cliffhanger where it's like, I would need to know what happened to these people. Where are they now?
it was like a cross between a good version of Skinamarink and
it was like a better skin.
it was
truthfully.
And it was filmed in 1993, which was this perfect time capsule of like a family event, a family birthday party in the 90s with like CRT television karaoke rental,
Yeah, and yes.
barbecue and ribs, every adult was a gray-haired, like short haircut on all the women, like old person.
Yeah, it was.
And then there were like children in the video, which gave it an eerie vibe because it's like,
well,
open your presents,
there's
Cindy.
a part too where these older women are performing
constant.
and playing songs for the kids about a fly. Speaking of flies,
The kids don't give a fuck.
and it's that song of like a woman, she swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed that fly.
I guess she'll
Maybe
die.
she'll die.
Perhaps she'll die.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's like
creepy.
this super old woman who for sure is now dead. There's no way she's still going.
Yeah.
We all kept talking about
He's
that.
gonna join that fly.
Yeah, but it was like so eerie and
Yeah.
creepy. And we're watching this driving through like middle of fucking nowhere, Ohio. With like it's like dark out, and it's like listen to this old woman sing this song, knowing she is. Oh, it's fucking.
So there's about picture like 3 men. There's no television on. There's no radio on. There's no cell phones. 3 gray-haired or bald men sitting in this living room just nodding along to the song. The one old lady who's singing is playing guitar. There's another old lady playing keyboard. So it's like multiple instruments.
Yeah.
The children are kind of like bored on the floor. This
Having
song
to
goes
watch.
on for a half hour.
And
it gets creepier and creepier.
This whole production was there was one person in particular who you could tell was the one who wanted this recorded.
yeah.
It was for her.
Oh, what was the name? It was such an unusual name.
I think it was like Judith or something.
No. Judy was the Nazi lady who was in charge.
I think Judy was the
She was the
lady
villain.
named Judy. Yeah, she was the villain. But I think that she was the one who wanted this captured. She basically wanted to be perfect. I think she knew that these people won't be here forever. She wanted this preserved. And it was just fucking fascinating.
She kept barking orders at the camera woman. No, don't talk.
Yeah, don't because if
If
you
talk, it'll blow out the microphone.
If you turn
and
the
they
camera
can't hear
away, the
voice.
microphone's not pointed to them, and you can't hear them. You hear the
So you
Casper talking.
talk
We only-
softly. You
Oh.
have to talk softly, Linda.
Anyways,
Quiet.
it was. We probably could never show Minnesota Memories.
I don't know. It's not public domain.
I would just feel like it's
Yeah,
Personal.
showing someone's personal
personal stuff
I
that
don't
was
know.
never meant to be seen.
I don't know.
I thought you guys said like Gary, you should use this as DJ visuals.
I thought you wanted to use like drops from the Maybe She'll Die.
the song.
Yeah, you could use that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
If you want to use a drop, that's fine. But I don't. But
We don't want to show all these people.
uh,
They're
I-
dead. You said it.
well, that's the thing is there's credits at the beginning that were like handwritten on paper. They kept flipping to get the
Yeah.
credits through. And I did Google the people and.
But the most generic names are so ungoogleable.
Well, yeah, but we did confirm that Judy has passed.
Well, were we sure that's?
I'm pretty sure.
But
I'm pretty
with the
sure.
most common last name ever.
We're not going to talk about Judy. No, that's all good. But can we talk about the best thing we watched?
Yeah.
In the tour van
from the
Yeah.
Troma.
we popped in the Troma Film Festival DVD,
yeah, Troma Dance.
and it
Volume
started
2.
with a short. I'm going to say most of these were not good. Sorry to those in the festival, but the first one that came up, what was it called? Dribble. I don't know if I've laughed harder.
I thought legitimately, Rocco, that you were having a meltdown. You were
It's
laughing so hard.
It's not every day I hear Derek with all sincerity call out, is Rocco okay?
I was asleep for
I
this
was
part.
to call it laughter was I ascended to a different plane. I was weeping. I was laughing. I was laughing so hard it didn't even sound like laughter anymore. Because it was so unhinged from reality. I don't know how else to describe it. It was
yeah.
a guy made a short film and he asked everyone at this trailer park to play a part in it. And it was just them saying gibberish to each other.
But it was like trying to be the most offensive, shocking, worst
expletive,
things you could
racial
ever say.
yeah, horrible.
laden. Yeah.
Oh, horrible. But it was just, why does this exist? And it was breaking my mind so hard that I was fucking
Yeah, I also knew that
Weeping.
we were exhausted. It's been a long. It was a long
night.
It was a long month,
Yeah.
and I just saw, in my mind, the worst thing I've ever seen. And Rocco can't breathe; he's laughing so hard at it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck.
I
is
think it was the
happening.
combination too of it being so bizarre and so off-putting. It was kind of pissing off the rest of the van that it was still playing.
Rocco,
And I think that just added to the insanity of it.
maybe 5 minutes in, I was like, yeah, not for me. Put
Yeah.
headphones in and like fell asleep.
The energy in the van was, fuck this, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm dying. He's all, hey, you motherfucker, get over it. What are you going to get for me? And then he would just say gibberish. I bought 5 carrots. Hold on, I'm going to tell you it again. I bought 5 carrots.
I left that tape.
Let me say it one more fucking time. I got 5 carrots. I mean, it was just like, what are we watching?
Then it
What-
hard
and
cuts
that-
to like an
it
old man's
ascended me.
dick, and he's just like flopping his dick around, jumping up and down naked. It's like, why are we watching this?
It was so off-putting. It went around the world to just the most incredible thing I'd ever seen. I was laughing so hard I thought I was gonna die on the tour. I thought I was gonna be the. I was trying to think of someone.
I guess the guy who made it he's in Detroit Rock City.
Yeah, Johnny looked up
Yeah.
all the info on this.
I
What's
was
and
enthralled
Independence
by
Day,
him.
right?
Yeah, his name's Giuseppe Andrews.
Yeah.
There's a documentary about him. He exclusively makes these short films with trailer park people.
Mm.
It
And
reminded me of Trash Humpers. Almost.
oh yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Trash Humpers
Everyone
energy.
Google him.
Yeah, it broke me and Rocco in opposite ways. But I was like, I gotta get this fucking van. And Rocco was like loving it. But it was so much. Oh my God. It was wild.
Oh man.
I
So
rescued that too because that was the one thing we forgot it in the van's PS4.
Oh, can you imagine
Oh.
the
Can you
people
imagine?
who are the next tour?
Oh,
they
yeah.
put that in, and it's
Oh, they'd
that.
be traumatized.
It's that.
That was the first video in the Troma Dance collection. But yeah, I snagged it. So we do have it back in our property here.
Yeah.
It's upstairs. in
as
the-
long
in
as
the
we have that
costume
and
closet.
Minnesota Memories.
We got them both now. Yeah. Secured.
Thank goodness.
It's so funny again back to Minnesota Memories. There's like people who show up at the very end in the family, and they are clearly like, black lipstick. Like they're like the god. It's like
It's
everyone
like
else
new
is-
wave. It's like
Yeah.
a new wave couple.
Yeah, it's like, they just found Nine Inch Nails. Like you can just tell.
Yes,
it
yes.
is so good. Oh, I loved it.
But they're stuck in Minnesota at this family gathering.
and they don't want to be there, but they're obligated to be there. Oh,
I mean, it's so bland that when it comes to the old people doing karaoke in the garage, a guy does "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
yes, and
it felt like aliens made the tape.
it really did because
did.
he sings to me up to the ball game.
Which has one,
But
like,
the song
sentence
was 5 minutes long, and he
of
just
the
kept
same
repeating
sentence.
it.
Buy me
kept
some
repeating
peanuts
it.
and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I'll ever get back. Root for the home team. It's
I kept waiting for someone to say the gum you like is coming back in style or whatever.
There's like 5 lines just repeated
Yeah,
for 5
It
minutes.
was weird.
It was hellacious.
Yeah.
We could go on and on
We could.
about that, but let's just get to what the people want to
Oh yeah,
hear.
do that.
Let's
Where's
just
Derek?
boil it
Oh.
down to no. That's not. That's on the list, but it's right below this.
Okay.
What were the best meals of the trip?
Oh,
I'm gonna let you
my
know what
God.
they are right now because I've already ranked them, and I'll tell you mine. The number one might be controversial, but you're gonna fight me, and then what I'm saying is allow a moment of meditation, and then once enlightenment hits, you'll agree with me. Okay.
Okay.
We went to. I'm gonna list a bunch of the highlights. We did hit this fancy deep dish. Sicilian pizza in New York.
Yeah.
Spumoni Gardens. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
So we had really good pizza, thick ass Sicilian pizza.
that
That
was
was good.
my favorite pizza I've ever had. Best pizza I've ever had.
Which one? The round or the Sicilian?
No, not the round. The Sicilian. That I don't know what the fuck that was. I went into it with a little bit of like I've had great pizza in Detroit and whatever, Chicago, whatever. I had that. I was like, no, this is it
That
for me.
wins.
That was it for me.
think Detroit was better.
I'm with you, Rocco.
Buddies was better.
The Buddies was so good.
Well, Garrett, take the waitress out of the equation.
Oh well, that's hard.
See, that
That's-
might balance it back.
That's really fucking.
No, I liked the pizza. I told Johnny this. I felt like a douche, but I felt like the pizza at that Spumoni Gardens, it was really good, but I felt my family has like made that.
Oh,
I didn't feel like I was getting something I'd never had before. So it was good.
authentic.
But Buddies in Detroit, I was blindsided like a bus.
that was
Like,
so
oh
good.
shit, where did this come from?
and that was,
But it was
previous-
good. Don't
that
get
was
me wrong.
Previous show. That was the
Yeah.
last laugh.
Everywhere we went for pizza on this trip, I thought was great pizza.
I did too.
Even the Chicago one, last time we went to Chicago, we've had some great deep dish pizza, and we've had some where it's like, yo, this is all bread. Like,
Yeah.
and I still like it, but it's like, what's going on here? This time someone brought us paisanos, and I thought it was great.
Great.
I thought it was really good. So had like buttery, crunchy crust.
Oh, yeah, it was good.
Oh, but anyway, that's just my 2 cents. But it was very,
Okay, but
very
keep
good.
going
Real quick.
Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a side note on Spumoni's Garden.
Yeah.
That was your favorite pizza ever.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, but I liked not the Sicilian, the round that we got
You like
there.
that better.
I did like that better.
See,
with some-
again,
it had toppings.
It was good,
I
but
don't
I
need
just felt like that was you could have that anywhere.
But you know
but
what?
that was a
To
New
me,
York thin
I
slice.
But it was
saw
good.
that
It was very
pizza,
good.
And then I thought, this is so stupid that I thought this. Forgive me. This is Ninja Turtles pizza. This
Yes.
is exactly what they meant.
Yes.
When the Ninja Turtles were eating pizza, they were eating this exact pizza.
100%.
Square with no toppings?
No. The
The
round
other
one.
one.
Oh, okay.
Round
The
one.
one I liked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the pizza they're eating in the fucking beginning of Secret of the Use. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah,
The guy's
yeah.
handcuffed, but he's still eating the
Oh,
that
it's so floppy
Yeah.
and loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's what
it.
Keno is delivering when he runs into those burglars.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Pizza delivery.
Never fade. Price for
Anyway, enough of that.
late pizza.
That's lower on the list because it doesn't match up to what's coming next. That's one of the that was a memorable one. Above that, we went to Mr. Bill's Crabs in
Maryland, Baltimore.
in Baltimore, Maryland. That was a god tier dinner where they brought us hammers and we're hitting the fucking crab.
Oh my
here's
God.
some crabs. Oh, look, under the sea.
Oh my God.
Dead.
That
Sebastian.
Wait. Hold on. And then it's like when Unit 1 rips out of that abstract angel. Just that was me.
All
and
over
then
your
like
chest?
it's like get rid of the lungs and then eat the meat. It
Yeah.
was
Get rid of the lungs?
yeah, because the lungs are in there.
I've never done the actual crab boil like you guys did.
I couldn't do it.
You didn't?
I didn't. I
See, I
couldn't.
wasn't there for this.
And I honestly I thought about it because there were so many crabs on the table, and I know they're fresh to order. I've eaten fresh order shrimp before. I've done that. It kind of eats me out a little bit, but whatever.
What, because they were alive a half hour ago?
Yeah, they were alive until I ordered them. That fucks
Yeah.
my head up. That fucks my head up.
Everything's
you're-
alive until I get
I
to it.
Blood's on
understand.
your hands.
But honestly, the thing that did it for me was, and this is no fault to Rocco, but he has the crab right here. And the crab is just positioned in a way where its eyeballs are looking at me, and he's just boom, boom, boom. And I see like this, and the crab's looking at me while I'm watching this happen. I'm like, I just can't do this. I'm going to eat the shrimp. I can't do this.
Camera on me. All of us food that
I-
hasn't died.
I know.
Ooh.
Hey, it wasn't, again, I was eating shrimp while I was doing it. I understand.
Do you think the worms and bugs are going to be like, well,
No,
this guy's
Dude,
made to order for me?
I'm not a vegetarian. I
Okay,
understand.
all right.
I'm just saying there are parts to it. Like I couldn't go to a hamburger place and pick out a cow to kill. I couldn't do it. That's just not who I am.
Yeah.
But I can get a steak, no problem. I can do that. But I just can't,
I think the story I heard is Derek was with you on this same mindset.
He was.
Yes.
He was.
Until
Yes. So
the first flavor.
Derek, in the same class as Sean, Derek stepped up, ascended to lift the hammer, and struck the crab, and found a new Derek had emerged.
It's true.
And he literally left that dinner saying, "I'm a crab man now."
Yeah.
That's why that was one of my favorite dinners. Not only was it delicious, and we also got crab cakes. They made us crab deviled eggs. I'm talking that crab was in the ocean 5 minutes ago. And now it's in an egg. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
But not only was it all tasty, we saw Derek evolve.
We did.
Derek
We
went
did.
from I shan't hurt a crab to the ocean. I have tamed it, and I thought that was
They call him
incredible.
Poseidon now.
That was a great dinner.
Derek, I think I don't want to quote it. I will quote him. He said it was life changing. He's like,
He
I
did say
would
that. He
always
did say
avoid
that.
crab.
yes,
No longer.
yes.
See, and I didn't go to the dinner. I met up with Earth Crisis Actor and we went record shopping.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then we came back to see you guys all glowing in ecstasy with stories of changed lives. And it was like, what did we miss?
I don't know if you were about to say what
I'm
I think
sure
you're
I
going to say,
will.
but that I will not mince words. I'm going to be very honest.
yeah.
Multiple times at that table, these words were said. Garrett and Johnny fucked up. We were seriously in crab heaven, and we were like, damn.
Seafood that I know, besides Rocco, more than you.
Yeah,
You
I
are
love my favorite.
You
would've
two are
been in
tied for number one.
You would have been in bliss.
This place was made for you. It was like, this is the one meal Garrett's not at.
Yeah, but you know what I like more?
Records.
Records, yeah.
No, you would've liked this
Underpriced,
food
good
better.
vinyl at Soundgarden Record
Hey,
Store.
you know
If you had the crab that I had, you wouldn't have give a fuck about music.
I'm talking 180 gram LPs for only $17.99. None of this $35 bullshit they're charging nowadays. This was a good spot we found.
Yeah.
And then Johnny was just by himself. He wanted 7-Eleven taquitos. That's what
That's
you
what
said?
you had? You settled for
Yeah. So
God.
I was like, that was weird, So
I spent like
I don't know.
$100 at that record store that night, though.
Oh, geez.
So I went a little off the deep
So
end.
that was a joke, and I misrepresented Johnny.
Oh, I got wings. It was good. I feel like I got like a mental treat.
A break from us?
A break?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you could have hit crabs with a hammer.
Yeah, that's all we're saying.
I'm just saying that's all the therapy I need. So I'm assuming you're the same.
I
but
did
that's
make it a
okay.
point to get the
Just as
crab
cathartic.
while I was in Baltimore. I got a crab cake. You know, it's hard because we get
Yeah.
so many recommendations for like, oh my God, while you're in town, you got to go to this spot. You got to go to this spot. Like during the VIPs, during the hanging out after the show, like in the merch lines and stuff, we get awesome recommendations, which keep them coming. Like I enjoy those conversations. However, we are so limited on our time in a city. We're usually out that night or out that next morning, and it's like we have like one chance to hit a spot. So we try, but that spot that we were recommended to going to, it seems like it paid off.
That was one of actually the frustrating parts of tour is every this is no offense to anybody. I love the recommendations, but every city we went to, it was like, okay, here's what you need to do. Tomorrow, wake up. There's a bus takes you to a ferry. It's a 4-hour ferry, and it takes you to an island where they you catch your own chicken, and they pluck it and fry the chicken. It's like we're in this town for an hour tonight.
We're
like,
driving halfway to Connecticut.
We're driving to Connecticut. All right. Delay the drive. There's a place called Benny's. They make amazing omelets. But it's a 4-hour dinner show. We don't have time. But I appreciated the recommendations, but so many of them were like multi-day recommendations. It's like, we have another tour date tomorrow night. This cannot be. But I would have liked a little more time in every city, of course.
Sure. And it's almost like a happy little accident / miracle when we do get to sit down at a restaurant that is one of those recommended places. Because a lot of times, like, okay, we'll get like 10 recommendations to go to 10 different places in this city.
Yeah.
But we'll be driving or we'll be looking on the maps or Jay's looking for a thing. And it's like, hey, didn't someone mention fucking, I don't know, this restaurant name? And it's like, oh yeah, someone did tell me that one's good.
And
and it's right next door. Then it works out and it's like, oh, it was meant to be. Mm-hmm. That's the one we hit. Mm-hmm. Usually that's how I play it. That's how it seemed to like happen on tour.
Yeah.
The one meal that's got me thinking about it still, it's such a small non-thing. It was middle of the road stopover at Swanson's or Swenson's.
We got the bologna.
The Galley Boy.
Oh yeah, that was great.
That was.
I don't know what it was.
Just a little pit stop, but it was delicious.
That was in Ohio.
An Ohio favorite is this little pit stop burger joint called Swenson's. And there was no lobby. There was no order window.
No, you pull up and they...
Yeah, it's like a Sonic.
It's so funny. They didn't even skate over.
Swanson's.
They just sprinted over.
She walked over.
Swanson's? No. What was
Swenson's, I thought.
I think it was
Swenson's, yeah.
Yeah, Swenson's.
And then there was like cheap little hamburgers, little malts, all the old school hamburger stands favorites. And it was fucking good. It was super inexpensive.
Yeah, and they had a fried bologna sandwich.
Yeah.
That was the most thick cut fucking juicy ass bologna you've ever had. You never had bologna like this. Oh, it was so good. So that Ohio bologna, I'm telling you. But okay, that we had. By the way, people have told us for years to do Culver's.
Yeah,
had a totally great meal there.
We did Culver's. That
cheese
was good.
curds.
Burgers were good. Cheese curds were good.
I had better
Custard
cheese
was
curds
great.
somewhere else.
Well, Wisconsin.
Yeah. No, in Minnesota, I had better cheese curds.
Oh.
Sorry,
but I thought it was all pretty solid.
All good.
But we got all that out of the way. What was the number one meal of the trip? I've already ranked it. I don't need to ask you guys because the results speak for themselves. You know what I think the number one meal was of our tour?
I'm nervous.
I'm just calling it, and you're going to know I'm right. Guys, it was the Olive Garden. We ate at the Olive Garden just outside of
Cedar Rapids.
Cedar Fair.
No.
Or Cedar Point.
Cedar Point.
That was nice.
No one's ever gotten that right.
We'll get it right one day.
But the company is Cedar Fair, I think. Anyway. The one thing open right outside the gates when we left it was Olive Garden. And I feel like every tour, there's that one meal where it's like not like there's a million great places we go. Or this amazing restaurant or this amazing thing here or whatever.
Sure.
But then there's always one meal that isn't, where it's like, fine, just eat here. And it ends up being like the most memorable one. I feel like on our last tour, it was like when we had White Castle in the lobby of our hotel.
That was
a bonding experience.
It was just White Castle. It was just burgers and fries.
We were exhausted.
But we all bonded in that lobby. It was just a great communal meal all together. And I felt like this time it was Olive Garden. We went there and it was like, fuck it. unlimited breadsticks, unlimited salad. This guy wants
All of
seafood
us.
ravioli. Get him. When we just had this big shared thing.
Yeah.
And I know it was
After
the
a
Olive Garden.
long day at the theme park. Yeah.
It was just like, that was a perfect moment to me.
It was a great, and ready for this? Ready for the fucking magic of Olive Garden.
Mhm.
We walk into the lobby.
Oh, yeah.
And what flies in front of our face? A firefly. I have never seen a firefly in real life before.
No,
I've never
me
seen
neither.
one since. There
It was magic.
one.
It was a magical moment.
There was
I
one
forgot.
in the lobby of the Olive Garden. I've never.
It
that was
just
my one
bzz
firefly.
in my face. Bzz,
Yep.
bzz, and I could not believe my eyes.
Yeah.
It was just.
I forgot about this, and this moment had me rolling because you guys are amazed like any Californian would be. Oh my God, you're getting your phones out to film
I didn't
it.
get my phone out, Garrett. Come
The
on.
staff is
I did.
freaking out because you were filming a pest in their lobby. The staff is like, no, oh my God, no, I'll get it. No, I'll get a chair. Oh my God. No, don't film it. No, oh fuck. The staff was like revolted because there's bugs in the restaurant.
But it's a firefly.
Yeah, but to them, it's a fucking cockroach.
I know.
Yeah, but yeah, so I'm trying to record it, and yeah, the staff in there was just like, yeah, I'm sorry, these get in sometimes, and I'm like, no, this is like a miracle.
Yeah.
She thinks you're gonna
this is
put
such
it
a
on
great-
Yelp.
Yeah, and that's seriously how she acted. She was just like, I'm really sorry. Like
That's why I
the
thought it was so
people
funny.
leave the door open. I'm fucking sorry.
I
It's
just-
like, no, I love
never-
this.
And that was the only one we saw. I thought we'd be treated to more later on through the night. That was the one.
No,
We
that
got
was-
the
that was
one
a
in Olive
special
Garden.
moment.
Special moment, special meal. You're right. That was a great.
I'm calling it. Johnny, we haven't got your 2 cents on this.
On just the best food in general, or
What do you agree with my words, or you have something to?
I mean, I would put L&B Spumoni Garden higher, but I do agree that fucking Olive Garden trip was like life changing.
That whole day with Cedar Point.
That was our first day off, right?
That was our first day off, and that was wild. That whole place was fucking wild.
That-
It was too much for me. A little bit. Those rides were fucking wild.
Yeah. There were only a couple that I could do. One of them paid off. One of them didn't. One of them was a river raft ride. That was kind of hell.
That was the worst ride I've ever been on in my entire life.
If you want a worse jungle cruise, that you could do that, where it's 1,000
I've
degrees.
never heard someone bomb harder than the guy trying to be funny on that ride. It
Yeah.
killed me.
Oh.
They
Killed
did
me.
it. They did. You do see an outhouse explode, and then
You do
he
see that.
talks for 10 minutes about. I had. Well, you know, I think I had Taco Bell earlier. That's what that was. Or somebody had beans. I think. Okay, so that was an hour wait for that, and then then we did the train, which the same company that runs Cedar Point runs Knott's now. The Knott family sold it at one point, so they run that, and I'm like, well, the train at Knott's doesn't really see anything. Like you go around and that's it. Is it going to be like this here? And we got on it, and it makes it's such a big loop. It makes a stop, and we went around the first half. Yep. Didn't see anything. Just going around. It's like, shit, should we stay on this? Yeah, let's stay around. We'll go back to the beginning. Thank God we did, because we went to Bone Town.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
You go through a part where it's a city of skeletons, and they're all doing normal everyday things. They're animatronic skeletons, like washing stuff and like mowing the lawn and like doing shit like that.
It's weird.
And then at one point, they just start shooting you with guns. And these guns are doing real caps. Like, it's like, bang, oh shit, is everything okay? Like,
oh, that's awesome.
it was I thought I was going to be a dead skeleton too. So that part was cool.
Yeah, that part was cool.
I didn't go to
otherwise-
Bone Town until I got home from
You-
tour.
Garrett and Johnny and
No.
Derek and Jay went hard, and they
Oh,
did.
it was
they
coaster
did-
time, baby.
They did I mean, I did one big coaster,
Yeah.
which, fuck, that was wild. That was fucking wild. But you guys did so many that it was. I mean, I think Johnny loved it the most. I think.
Religious experience for me. Like
Really?
Wow.
Some of the best. I thought I'd rode some of the best coasters out there. I was wrong. I think every coaster there is now like on my top list. Like I think my top list
Wow.
is all Cedar Point coasters now.
Now, I will say the one that I did was Millennium Force, and I've never experienced anything like that.
So fast.
So the drop is 310 feet, and you go 92 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I saw my vision blacking out around. I saw like the black
Yep.
coming in and going back out and going back in because it was going so fucking fast.
That has only happened to me one
the
time.
G-force I couldn't hang.
Before, like when I was younger at Six Flags, I can't remember the ride.
It was
That
probably
does
Goliath.
happen.
Yeah.
It
So-
was for me. It was when it started spiraling tighter and tighter and tighter.
That's in
on Goliath.
In Goliath, yes, me too.
That would start to.
Damn.
You see
vision
it go
goes.
out.
Yeah.
And so Millennium Force, I guess they're saying like wins best roller coaster all the time, like best steel coaster in the world.
The hybrid coaster we went on, Steel Vengeance. Before that, that one was just the most extreme.
Steel Vengeance. I almost did that, but once you had to get to a
So
metal detector to
extreme.
go on the ride to make sure you had nothing in your pockets, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm out. I'm fucking out with it. That was too much for me.
Felt safer that way.
Oh, yikes.
I'm not going to get Fabio'd by someone's like cell phone.
We're just still out there, bro.
Yeah, but no one's cell phone's coming to hit me.
Dollywood was like mostly coasters. I couldn't go on much there, but it had so much charm and so much stuff to just take in. Just being there felt amazing that I want to go back. I would probably not go back to.
I can
Right.
see
like
that.
that, but I had a great time that day.
Can we talk about your amazing experience of getting in the park, though, Rocco, and us parking?
This
guys,
was a blast.
we have to-
fucking
now
sick.
we have to tell a story about Kevin, just real quick.
This is so funny.
You guys know the category of video on YouTube, oddly satisfying.
Yeah.
And there are things that are oddly satisfying that should be documented to film. We
Of
saw
course.
someone go through something so oddly satisfying. I almost thought they might be getting a sexual gratification out of this.
Oh wow.
They were so
Oh my God.
engaged with this.
Wow.
You're talking about a married man here.
But we, in our path to Cedar Point, it was determined, and Kevin did his research. He and I both have an annual pass for Knott's Berry Farm here in California.
Right.
But we have like one of the top ones, and Kevin is like, not only do I think this pass gets us into this park too, any Cedar Fair point. Yeah, Cedar Point. I think this will get us into Cedar Point. I think it will also get us free parking for the tour van.
Whoa.
It was like impossible. And let me tell you, the satisfaction on Kevin's face, you've never seen it, where we rolled up to that parking thing. Beep. There you go, park right there.
Oh, it worked.
It worked!
We all screamed.
Everyone in the van started like cheering, like slapping Kevin on the back.
And then I wasn't rolling camera for that. But when we got to the ticket gates, I was rolling camera like, Kevin, hit the gates. He walked up with his Knott's Berry Farm card. Boop. All right, enjoy your day. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just so funny because that's a perk they tell you about, like sweeping under the rug. Like, you're never going to go there. You're never going to use it.
Yeah, and
You know.
I would agree. I would never think we'd ever go there.
And the fact that we went there and there was no stop in the process. It was literally just drive forward, boop, you're in, and then walk forward, boop, you're in. Like,
yeah.
no fuss, no
Weren't you
muss.
able also
Oddly
to
It got even
satisfying.
better, Sean.
because Rocco with his pass was able to get us discounted tickets because
Yes.
he was an annual pass. So
Because I have the top pass, it
so
discounted
at
all their
Knott's,
tickets.
we were able to get it
It
for
was
cheaper.
I think
it was like 120 a person at the ticket gate. Rocco used the app to get us $30 a person.
I think it was 50.
Oh, okay.
Still,
But we
still
saved hundreds.
Crazy deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we saved a huge amount.
Oh, great.
So yeah,
What a day.
me and Kevin are just great. You know, that's
That-
kind of the moral of the story, basically.
That was like our first day off, but it was probably the most energy. I think I was more tired after our Cedar Point Olive Garden trip
Yeah.
than I was
Yeah.
like doing the show at any date.
I'll just be real with everyone. I got sick as soon as I landed for the tour. Like,
Oh,
I
all of
felt-
us.
yeah, I felt so bad.
And I don't know
Anime
if you,
Expo
'cause-
fucking killed me.
because I don't think I don't know if what you had was like a flu or a cold or anything like that, but I think you were just exhausted from like you were definitely everyone was out of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think Rocco,
I-
Johnny, and I all had lowered immune systems from
Yeah,
fucking staying up. I
Right.
DJ'd twice at Anime Expo. Like,
yeah,
I was up till about 3 a.m. every fucking night.
yeah.
We had some compromised immune systems going into the tour, and we definitely got like con crud.
Yes.
And
definitely, I
Hopefully,
definitely
we
felt,
didn't
like,
pass
sick.
it to anyone because
Yeah.
I don't think like you or Derek were feeling
No,
shitty.
No, I felt fine.
Yeah,
but,
no,
but we felt like shit for the first like 5 days, I'd say.
Yeah, I really think it was just everything hit me all at
And
once.
you just needed,
and I was
if you
wiped
had
out.
3 days to just do nothing, I
Yeah.
think you've been fine.
Oh yeah.
But I slept a lot in the van. I did a lot of stuff, but I just felt bad. I felt perfect by the last like few shows. And then I was like, damn, I wish I could like redo the first few with this renewed energy. Cause I felt like Super Saiyan 8 Goku by the last
Right.
few.
Yeah.
But
Also, the show was super tight after doing it for 2 weeks.
yeah.
Yeah. We have so much. I'm sure we'll talk more about the tour on future podcasts.
Of course.
And as we said, Derek's not here. He's actually currently working on the video game that we are working on.
That's right.
He's working on, as we speak, is being worked on. So that's very exciting.
That's right.
One of my favorite meals, and it was good, but it was the experience and the atmosphere that I will never be able to recreate. It was a one and done for me. Was when Rocco and Kevin and I went to a street fair in Brooklyn for the
Oh yeah, this was supposed to be on the list. I blew it.
the Our Lady Mount Carmel or
Our Lady of Mount Carmel, I think.
and it was them carrying. I don't even know how tall this fucking platform was of like all these statues and a live band, and people are carrying. It was the weirdest event I've ever been to.
Yeah.
It was 136 one of them. We went gambling inside of a church. It was
Fireworks this
fireworks.
I bought sausage and peppers from the biggest dude with the biggest cigar you've ever seen. Hey, what do you want?
It was
sausage. You want sausage? All right.
It was one of those things where I don't forget where we started that morning. I don't even remember this fucking city, but we ended up there. And we walked there. And I remember just being like, how the fuck did I get here?
Yeah.
I didn't even know what a sausage and peppers was.
Yeah.
There was just a dude next to me. I was like, oh, I've already had 4 sausage and peppers. I'm going to go for the 5th.
Oh, fuck.
And I was like, well, I got to have one of those. Like, this guy's going for 5. I'm
He loves it.
And it's like, the guy with cigar. And then like the sausage isn't like a regular sausage. It's like the round thing. And he just cuts it in half and like, you want it hot or sweet? And it's like, hot. Okay. And he cuts it with this, he makes it, and there you go. And it's like, I don't know.
Cash or card? How you
Cash.
pay? Oh, wow.
But it was such a fucking experience that I will never forget that.
I think that was maybe my favorite moment of the tour.
That was
doing outside of the shows.
Yeah.
Was,
Jay told us
being
when
at
we
that
drove
festival.
in.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, there's this festival I've been to once before.
Yeah.
I think we should really go
He's
to
like,
this.
it's happening tonight.
But he mentioned it so briefly that I was like, oh,
That
what's
feast,
that?
that feast was featured in like The Sopranos like they're doing that in The Godfather Part 2. Like this is a long-standing thing. So to be there for that, we were a block away from it and walked into all that happening was just like I was in heaven. I was in Italian heaven.
It really was like Rocco deemed it that Kevin and I that night were honorary Italians. Thank you, Rocco. I do.
Not only honorary Italians, I admit they're Catholic now too. They are confirmed Catholic.
All right, Jesus, I'll be seeing you.
They did communion. The sausage and peppers was the communion.
I think I am baptized Catholic. I think
the
I
body
already was in the club.
Well,
okay?
you've been baptized, but then you go through confirmation.
Oh, I didn't do that.
And first communion. You
I
did
didn't do
both.
that.
Because you weren't looking. I blessed the sausage and peppers.
Thank you.
I blessed it
Thank you.
by the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. I did it. And so now you're confirmed.
Fuck yeah.
So see you at Mass.
At the end of the night, Rocco and I, and Kevin had our fill of sausage and peppers. We gambled in the church. We lit some candles. It was fucking amazing. Then they bring this. I mean, I'm talking 200 people carrying this like.
It's called a giglio, according to Rancy Rose.
Yeah.
Okay. And look this shit up. I can't even fathom what it weighs, but everyone who holds it, they can walk 30 feet with it and they drop it and go, oh. And it's like an honor to carry this thing. They have someone on this platform with the band and they start singing. What song were they singing? Not God Bless America. They're singing something. He's like, well, we all know your father died 2 weeks ago. And a week ago, no, he died last week, but 2 weeks ago, he sat on this step right here and said, there's going to be fireworks. We haven't had fireworks in 16 years. There's possibly get the permits, but he died. And then you know what? Permits showed up. We're having fireworks tonight. Then the guy's dad who just died started singing and fireworks are being shot off this roof of the church. And I am just like, this is the best night. This is so fucking awesome. Like, I'm so privileged to be seeing this.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so cool.
Yeah, it
First
was
time in
a
16
very
years.
special night.
It
So I
really
loved
was.
that.
It was. So, I mean, that's the thing, though, is like being on tour, trying to explain it to people who have never done it. And it's like, you find yourselves in situations like that you never intended on being there at that moment, and you just happen to show up and
You
it's
go
like-
with it.
and now you're here. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just got to go with it. Yeah, so you're just, I'm always going with it because what am I going to see today?
Yeah,
Right.
Oh, so good.
it was amazing.
It was. So we probably should.
We didn't even get
Okay.
to Comic-Con.
Okay, so Comic-Con.
Oh, no.
A lot of things happened. Kind of start with preview night, work our way to Sunday.
Well, let's start with load in before preview night.
I'm just gonna, we do need to hurry. I'm just gonna run down the exclusives that I picked up. At
Oh
Comic-Con
yeah,
this
you
year.
got
All
some
right.
goods.
So NECA, they did the Samurai Turtles box set from Turtles 3, the last
Yeah.
live action movie, as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned.
Oh,
And they did a great job. It's got the draw in the box. It's got the artwork in the back of the box of them. Do you remember the Kappa artwork?
No.
In Turtles 3, there's a myth that the Kappa are gonna come visit them, and so then when the turtles go back in time, they think like, oh my gosh, these are the demons we thought. Kappa, this is what we thought. They confuse the turtles for Kappa. So those are in there.
Easy
They got the
misconception.
time devices, the little whirly
Yeah.
gigs.
Well, we can do a figure update later.
Then I got
personal channel.
Then I got
content.
Kino, the pizza delivery guy from Secret of the Use, as I mentioned earlier
right.
in the show.
Right.
Oh, wait, real quick. Before I continue this,
Oh,
guys, shop.mega64.com is the place to go if you not only want to support our show, but you want to get some cool stuff for yourself. I'm going to plug this, but it might be gone by the time you see this on YouTube. Maybe we can keep it up a little longer than intended, but we did a whole anime themed merch drop last week.
Ooh woo.
Yeah.
That we got some of our best threads. We got characters from anime that don't technically exist that our friend Mariel did. You got the Rebecca Milk shirt. You got
Love that.
the Drive Through Technica shirt. Then you got the cool anime figures event shirt,
Oh, my favorite.
which is one of my favorite designs we've
Love that.
ever had or parodied.
That shirt got me wearing white t-shirts again.
Yeah, I never typically do, but I'll wear that one.
I love that shirt.
Do it shirt, and there's one that we can't show on the stream. It was a 64-hour special kind of thing before. We're bringing it back one more time. It was a secret shirt at Anime Expo too. We would show it and then hide it.
Yeah, we kept it under lock and key.
We're hiding it here too, but go to shop.mega64.com to see it.
Could be real.
Could be real. 99.9% sure is real. Anyone know if real?
That's
So
all
check
we're
that
gonna
out.
say.
And then, as always, patreon.com/mega64. We have a ton of exclusive stuff. Sean put up a new record club this
I
week.
did.
Sarah, who was Masato in our Ava video, she's in our
Yeah.
Metal Gear, a whole bunch of stuff. She joined him on this. What was her name?
Casey Musgraves.
Casey Anthony. Oh yeah,
Close.
Musgraves. Casey Musgraves album. joined
That's
in
on there? Casey
Yeah.
Musgraves had an album on there?
2018 album.
That's
In
wow.
2018, she released an album. In 2020, this book was made. So 2 years, she became one of the best albums of all time. Pretty impressive. And we're going to talk
Pretty
about it.
impressive.
Pretty impressive. Is it worth it? It should be on there. I don't know. Let's
Check
find
it
out.
out.
But we've also been dropping a whole bunch of rare stuff from the vault. We got a vlog from Comic-Con 2005 of us hanging at our booth. That is up on there.
Wow.
I just added bonus footage from our Prince of Persia video
Whoa.
from 2006. If you ever wanted to know what happened in the, I'm not going to specify what taco restaurant, but if you want to know what happened in there after I dropped a tray of food and
Oh,
left,
that fucking day.
that footage is
Oh, did the
now on our
outhouse explode?
Patreon.
Oh, that's a memory that it is like a core memory of
Yep.
like one of those times, like to think back and get the chills. Like, oh, fuck. That is one of those times. So
I love
I'm glad
the
that is documented.
I
now.
love to dig up the most random stuff. Like, oh, you wouldn't expect to get this, would you? And it's on our Patreon.
You want to see a memory and a moment that haunts me?
Yeah.
Check out a Patreon.
So check out all that stuff. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, the Mega 64 farewell tour coming to the West Coast this November. Dates and tickets at mega64.com/tour.
We'll see
Okay.
ya.
Now that we've gotten that stuff out of the way, we may now proceed. Wait, Johnny, did you have anything else you wanted to add to the tour conversation or anything else
I mean,
that
I
we
have
didn't get
stories too, but go ahead, Johnny. You can finally. I mean, you've been talking all day, Johnny, but go ahead.
Check out Giuseppe Andrews. That short film changed my life. That's all I have to say.
Damn,
Cool.
that's it.
to? Okay.
Oh, Johnny, I was joking.
Thank you for that. Now,
I have
without,
a whole story.
Comic-Con story?
without
No.
further ado,
I
well,
have
we
a-
got to get to Comic-Con.
I went to an Orioles game, and I have such a story about going in, but
Okay. They weren't at Comic-Con, so we're
okay.
skip it.
Remind
All right.
me next week. I have this.
Yeah, I'll definitely
I
get
have
on
a
that.
Oh, yeah, because
Orioles.
you didn't go crabbing either. Or you did.
No, I did.
No,
I
he
did
did.
both.
It was after
And
the
that's
crabbing.
part of the story.
Yeah.
Okay. Without any further preamble, as I was saying, I got at the NECA booth, Kino from Secret of the Ooze, and he comes with the scooter that he would deliver pizzas with, and they packaged it in a pizza box
Yeah.
just for Comic-Con, where you open the pizza box and the figure is in it. So I picked that up. They also had a Comic-Con Alf, where he's got all the gear. Why is it getting darker?